Testing, testing. Can you hear me back there? Well, good day to everyone. We're glad to see everyone that is out here today be a part of what we are planning to be a successful endeavor to try to get the city of Lubbock to recognize the entire city of Lubbock, Texas. It has been brought to our attention that a complaint against the city is set forth. The NAACP, which stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, stands against all forms of injustice and will continue to fight for justice until all, without regard to race, gender, creed, religion, enjoy equal status in the city of Lubbock.
Oh, morning, sir.
You doing all right?
Good to see you, Mr. Ward.
You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you? Good.
Oh, yeah.
Can everybody hear me? Do I need to have my mic? We have, through the Texas Houses and the Texas Advocacy, we decided that we need to have a townhouse meeting or community meeting to update you on the complaint that we have with the city, concerning the city. So
some of the neighborhood association people and the people with the Texas Houses got in touch with us and asked us to come to a meeting, talk to them about some situations that had occurred with the city. So we did and found out that the city's representatives hadn't really tried to have dialogue with them concerning the 2040 and the comprehensive plan. It was getting close to the time where they was gonna have the final vote on it and put it in effect. So we had a short time, but we decided, since this group had came to us and had filed a complaint, that's where the complaint comes from. We only file what the neighborhood associations and other leaders in the community wanted, and that they wanted to file a complaint. So we did that.
Most of the members of the East Lubbock Lions are a part of that complaint that was put in by HUD. It's a slippery slope when I look at how to maneuver through that complaint and how to maneuver through the circles of we need the city though, right? Like I look at it on both sides. That complaint is a valid, great complaint. And then as a city, if we don't have the city on our side to fix some of these issues, do we ever come to a happy medium? You know what I mean? Do we ever get to a place where now we are one city? Everybody knows the barrier that shows the divide in our city, and that's I-27. And it's always like the left side of I-27 looking north versus the right side of I-27 in everything that we've ever had. And I don't know when it's going to be that, well, we're all one city.
Unfortunately, I-27, bisects our community, and in some ways, I think that's caused some challenges between east and west. But from my perspective, and I think our record on this is solid, and that is that we're going to work to make the east side better, just like we're trying to make the north side better, or other parts of our community.
Yeah, HUD, when they're doling out federal money, they want to make sure that communities, especially community members living in low and moderate income neighborhoods where the CDBG dollars are supposed to go, have the opportunity to participate in the planning, in the consolidated plan, and in the analysis of impediment. Those two documents that are key to a city getting its money. Which, there's a strong mandate in the Fair Housing Act. The reason that whole act was enacted was to eliminate the vestiges of segregation, to allow those things to linger. It just is kind of flies in the face of what it means to be a decent American.
So we sent it on in. It went to HUD, and that's around the time that we got the pandemic, so everything just slowed down. But HUD decided that they would send it to the DOJ. And when the DOJ got it, that took a little while, but then it came back that they said it wasn't in their jurisdiction. So they sent it back to HUD. Once it got back to HUD, we was under the impression, I was, as the president of the Lubbock NAACP, was under the impression that they was going to take time to come and investigate for themselves and then get back with us, or else try to have a meeting with the complainants and the city. Now that didn't take place. At that time, they couldn't meet with them because of the pandemic. And then after everything opened up, then it was concluded that the complaint had been dropped.
Well, zoning certainly shows a community's values. You put different land uses, be it single family homes, be it commercial, be it industrial zoning. It shows, the kinds of uses that you want to have in a city. So when you put industrial zoning right next to a residence and you say that, like in the 1959 plan, there's a whole passage about how a neighborhood needs to be free from I can't remember the exact quote, but like the dangers of industry, shouldn't be next to smoke and noxious odors and stuff like that. But that plan puts the industry right next to the black neighborhood, right next to the Hispanic neighborhood. So like we've been saying, that happened in the past, but to continue those past patterns, be it out of an idea of, that's just the way things have always been and we can't make those changes, to it's just sounds like it's too hard to address.
Our community developed, a lot of the industrial part of our community developed along the railroad. The main railroad runs east of the interstate, or at the interstate. So if we could do things differently, and we do things differently today, we don't develop like we once developed. Unfortunately, you can't, at least in my way of thinking, you can't go in and uproot businesses and industry that has made significant investment. They own their land. I mean, we're Americans. We have, Texans, we have property rights and all that goes along with that. However, we do expect them to be good citizens. And so, if it's noise, or if it's emissions, or whatever it may be, we expect that they're responsible in that matter.
I understand that under the Fifth Amendment, people have property rights, and you can't just uproot somebody immediately without paying them money. But if the city is going to is going to treat everybody equally, it needs to do just that: treat everybody equally and protect every citizen from these hazards, protect people's property values, protect people's enjoyment of their own homes, to be able to go out into their front yard and have a picnic, or just mow the lawn, or enjoy your home as you would want to in your own home.
I think further, we look for opportunities. We've done this downtown. We're trying to do it in East Lubbock to provide some incentives. We have an incentive program in place where if that business owner or that property owner is willing to invest in their business or property, we'll be their partner. We do that also with single family residences that have fallen into disrepair, and we want residences to remain owner occupied. That's good for a community. That's even better for a neighborhood. I think a community is only as strong as the neighborhoods in the community.
There are a lot of things that the city can do to address this issue, be it amortization, be it code enforcement, be it just changing zoning near neighborhoods where there's not a current use right now. There's a big, there's some abandoned properties, and we could just change that zoning right now so that some new property wouldn't be able to come in and build a new industry. That wouldn't be particularly hard to do at all. And we're hopeful that in this UDC process that the city will do that.
There are still some other avenues out there. I am considering, I've also been in touch again with the Texas Housers, and they are looking at some different things that I don't feel like I need to mention at this time. But if the city did comply with what they had indicated from the 2040 plan and the comprehensive plan, things could have worked out more smoothly. They have here recently hired a neighborhood planner, and I'm hoping that when they start working through a process that they would include the entire community and not just certain representatives.